Welcome everyone to our Truck Night in America, live here from Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin for the Culver's 150 here at Road America. Folks, we're officially 25 races into this season here, and only 3 more remain after this one here tonight at Road America. After last week's race at Kansas, where we saw Aaron Abel finally get back into victory lane after his 8th pole on the season, we head back road course racing for the final road course race of the year, where we have Ronnie Hauger on pole here tonight, who's currently our chase leader. Ronnie Hauger has a chase lead now after his 4th place finish at Kansas last weekend, and Hauger's been trending up week by week. His teammate Ricky LaFleur, who's starting a few rows behind him here tonight, had the lead for the most part to start off this chase and was looking very good, but after speeding at Kentucky in the Firecracker 400 and then last week finishing 30th, Ricky LaFleur now officially sits second in the chase standings, and the chase is all wide open. We have 5 drivers now in the hunt for this championship. And I mean, it's going to be an insane run to the end. We have 3 more races after this one. We have North Wilkesboro and then Phoenix, and we have North Wilkesboro next week. So we go short track race, and then we go back to a pretty short oval at Phoenix, and then we see our picture heading into Homestead, Miami, where we will officially crown a champion. But coming into a road course like this is where those championship hopes could be dashed. At a 4-mile road course here, like Road America, anything can go wrong, and you need a good finish. We saw Portland earlier on in this chase cause a lot of issues for guys. And once again here tonight at Road America, we could see that happen once again. But for the most part, most chase guys are starting inside this top 20 here this afternoon. So all they have to do is just stay out of trouble and keep their trucks clean, but that's easier said than done at a road course like Road America. We saw last season be a very topsy-turvy race where there's lots of contact, lots of damage being tossed around. So there's definitely a lot that can happen here this afternoon, or I should say this evening here at Road America. But like I said, a 4-mile track, 14 turns in total here, so it's a very big road course. 4 miles, it's going to be very long laps, 22 laps here tonight, and there's no caution, so it should be very interesting to see how this one plays out here tonight, because honestly, really anything can happen, and that's going to really set the picture and kind of set the tone for how the rest of this chase will go based off of how this race will go here with just the limited amount of mistakes you can make. And, it's going to be quite the challenge, but I think these guys are ready for it. It's a nice, kind of warm evening here here in Wisconsin, so these drivers aren't going to be overheating too much, but it's not going to be too cool for them. So it's going to be overall a very interesting one here. And of course, we saw last year Tyreek McLean get the win. Overland and Laudenbach, where we saw Laudenbach make contact with McLean on the last lap, so we might see some contact between the leaders here this evening. But I think that this is going to be a great road course race. We saw it be pretty exciting last year, and this year I think we have even better road course racers, and even some guys who might be able to outperform their current trucks. So with no further ado, folks, let's head down trackside here at Road America for the 25th race of the season. Only 3 more races remain after this one. Let's go take a look at your chase standings heading into this one. So, folks, as I welcome you trackside here at Road America, let's take a look at your chase standings coming into tonight's race. Here you can see Ronnie Hauger has that lead over his teammate Ricky LaFleur, just only a couple of points separating these two, only 15 points. So Ricky LaFleur with a solid finish here today will be right on the tail end, but he needs something to go wrong for his teammate Ronnie Hauger, who of course is on pole here tonight. And then right behind him, you have Caleb Rose, only 36 points behind. Caleb Rose and Matthew Hubert have both been very good in this chase, and they have gotten better week by week. Hubert, although he's 42 points behind. He looked very strong at Kansas last week. Fortunately, lap traffic hindered him from competing with Aaron Abel for the win, but he's got a great chance here tonight. He's starting very well, way better compared to Portland. But for a guy like Caleb Rose, not starting too well near the back end of the field, so he's going to need to drive his way through and get something done if he wants to stay in this championship hunt. But you have Aaron Abel, last week's winner, only 37 points behind Ronnie Hauger, and he's been really good this season. Leads the current regular point standings and has one of the best finishes in the league. So overall, it's going to be interesting to see how this run goes to the end. Matthew Huber still has the best average finish, but he's still 42 points behind. That's about second place in laps led and most laps led. So a lap led and most laps led. So there's going to be a lot that needs to go right for Matthew Hubert tonight to actually just completely catch up to the 83. But the 83 already has. Well, he's technically 43 points with this pole win because he does get a point for the pole. But there's a lot of guys that can compete for this this chase right now. And I mean, even outside guys, Alford, Gutierrez, Wood, they have slim chances. They're gonna need a lot to go right. But I think this top 5 right here, with a little bit of Angel Gutierrez, a little bit of Avery Alford if something goes right. I think this top 6 here, all are gonna have chances going into Miami with winning the championship. Everybody else, I'm not quite too sure. Joseph Wood, if he gets a win here tonight, it'll make it a little bit easier. But he's gonna need to be perfect at North Wilkesboro and Phoenix once again. So overall, it's going to be very tough for some of these guys. It's going to be quite the road. It's going to be quite the challenge. And, Ricky LaFleur, you got to avoid the mistakes. He had a great lead over everybody, but speeding on pit road at Kentucky and now finishing 30th last week after getting involved in a wreck with Matthew Burnett after his tire went down. Burnett slammed into the back of him, caught a bunch of other contenders. You just can't let that happen. And we're going to see tonight if that bad luck continues. LaFleur's going to be starting in the 3rd row alongside Brandon Haynes. So he's going to be starting in 5th here tonight. So we'll see how he's ultimately able to do. But it is going to be quite the tough challenge for this number 82 team. But if anybody can do it, I think it is Ricky LaFleur to get right back on track here in Wisconsin here tonight. And yeah, like I said, I mean, just outside this top 6, there's not a lot to be desired when it comes to some of these drivers, as they just got to be better, and it's kind of late to do that. That last week was kind of last week. The last 2 races were kind of last 2 races where you needed to be perfect. You needed to make the most ground up so you could set yourself up for the final. I guess you could say 4 races here. And now it's kind of just this top 6, and I think anybody in this top 6 can win it. Alfred's got a lot of work to do, but he's been very good so far this season. Just has ran into a lot of bad luck, and then Hubert, Abel, Rose all looked very, very strong at every single circuit. While Halger and LaFleur, some weeks they look good, some weeks they struggle. So honestly, anything can happen, and I think that's what makes this chase run so intriguing, because really anything can happen, and lots of things can transpire or take place here that can really cycle or shift things up in this battle. And when we have a race like this here tonight at Road America, this is where we're really going to see who's battle tested and who can really push through and who's really going to have to drop out. So overall, it's going to be a very good run to the finale at Miami here, and that is your chase standings coming into tonight. So a lot to talk about, but not a lot to talk about. It's simple from here. That top 6 is the ones that need to step up and have a perfect night and keep this run going. So ultimately, it's up to them to see how they do here tonight. This top 6 in the chase, all as a whole, has very good chances at winning this championship. Let me know who you guys think are really going to be able to pull through. There's a lot of guys that good at different types of circuits. So ultimately, we're going to see how it plays out. But when it comes to drivers to look out for tonight, there's a lot of drivers that can be very good in this race. And it honestly just depends on just how pit stops go. This is a long race. 22 laps at Road America is no joke. Like we said, a 4-mile road course. So really anything can happen for some of these guys. So it's going to be quite the test. We'll see who's better than the others. I think Ronnie Halker's obviously the pole winner, and he's definitely the biggest guy to look out for. This 83 team's been very good at road courses all season, of course. Halker got the win at Fuji. His team got the win at Coda with Sanjay Vittoria behind the wheel. So overall, this 83 team is very, very good at what they do, but it's going to be up to them to see how they do here tonight, because they've kind of had some bad luck at some certain types of areas. They've not been too good at speedways or ovals. I mean, they've had top 15 speed, but some weeks they've been finishing near the back in the top 10, which has hurt them dearly. Luckily enough, they didn't have too much of a bad performance with what's it called? What's it called? They didn't have too much of a bad performance at Kansas that it hurt them too much, but they did get the lead over Ricky LaFleur despite a pretty mad day for the 83 team. They did have to rebound just a little bit after their issues at the start of that race, so who knows what it could have been if they didn't have those issues. But overall, it's going to be quite the test for this 83 team here tonight. And then you got guys like Brandon Haynes who are very good at these road courses. Joseph Woods proved to be very good with his one at I believe Portland a few weeks ago after Avery Alford made his mistake. So overall, anything can happen, and we're going to see how it goes here tonight. I think this is going to be a fun one. Hopefully we see some great road course racing between all these guys. But I think with no further ado, folks, let's get these engines fired and rolling. Get the command here that everybody loves and get racing here from the great state of Wisconsin here. A 4-mile road course at Road America, a lot of things can happen those 4 miles. Who will be able to stay in the hunt here for the championship here tonight, or will somebody have an issue that crushes their dreams? We will see. Let's get these engines off and rolling.
Road America fans, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Here to give the command to start engines, please welcome the Grand Marshal for today's Road America 180, fired up by Johnsonville, the Vice President of Manufacturing for Johnsonville, Steve Johnson.
Road America, are you ready? Drivers, start your engines.
So the engines are off and rolling here at Road America. It's going to be 22 laps here tonight. Going to be a very, very long road course race for some of these truckers. But who will last to the end, folks? Let's take a look at your starting lineup in this race. In row number 1 is the 83 of Ronnie Hauger and the 38 of Joseph Wood. Row number 2 is the 2 Racing Motorsports teammates, Avery Alford and Aaron Abel. Row number 3 is the number 82 of Ricky LaFleur and the 36 of Brandon Haynes. Row number 4 is 84 Patrick Nolan and the 27 of Matthew Hubert. And rounding out your top 10, the 43 of Angel Gutierrez and the 27 of Matthew Hubert. Rounding out your top 10 is the 84 of Patrick Nolan and the 81 of Jasmine Daniel. So a great qualifying effort for Jasmine Daniel here tonight. But overall, going to be a very, very fun one here. Only two chase drivers, not non-chase drivers in this top 10, which is Brandon Haynes and Jasmine Daniel. Jasmine Daniel finally gets the run they need. Just have not had quite the luck this past couple weeks, but they've been a very good, solid driver all season long. But there's going to be some guys looking to play spoilers. Brandon Haynes been very strong at road courses all season, has yet to get that road course win. He's been very good at them in his 2 years so far. He's been in the Gainbridge Truck Series, but still has yet to reach victory lane. But tonight, there's a shot at doing it for this 36 team. If they can keep out of trouble, play the long game. This is going to be a long race. Like I said, 22 laps. We'll see when pit stops happen, likely around lap number 11, but you need to set yourself up to be in a good spot for those pit stops. You need to stay out of trouble. So we're going to see how it goes for these truckers. 14 turns. It's a long track. I don't know how many times I got to say it, but it's a long track. It's going to test these guys. We're going to see how it goes. And ultimately, hopefully the best driver wins. And I think it's going to be a very competitive one. We'll see how the pace goes. We've seen sometimes the pace go in and out when it comes to certain drivers, so that definitely could be a key here tonight. But, we're going to see how it goes. Avery Alford's been very good at road courses, but has had a lot of bad luck this season. So Alford's another guy that we need to keep our eye on because, things go wrong for this 42 team, but can he finally get that win at a road course? We saw him lead Watkins Glen. We saw him lead Portland a few weeks ago. He's leading at these road courses, but has not been able to win on his own accord. He's been having lots of issues that's out of his control. A tire going down, and then I believe it was his teammate slamming into him or something at Watkins Glen, him and Aaron Abel getting into each other. And they're on the second row here tonight, so hopefully nothing happens between those two. But yeah, and you can see this is a very long pace lap as well. So, this is going to be one of those races that it's going to be a race of attrition for these drivers. And you can't give up after lap 1, but you also have to stay locked in because you can't slam it to the back of somebody. That can happen here at Road America, especially in one of those final turns that we saw last year where Landon Lonnebeck slammed into the back of Tyrick McLean trying to bump him out the way for the win. Ultimately, he was not able to pay off for him, but it's definitely on the minds of these drivers to try that. So it's going to be a fun one for sure. I think Ronnie Hauger's got a lot on the table here tonight. You can't run into issues if you're the 83 team because you got the chase lead. Your teammates had issues. You don't want to have the chase leader curse where you just run into continuous issues when you get that lead. So, there's a lot of passing opportunities, I would say, at this track, too. There's lots of opportunities to get to the inside of somebody, and both lanes definitely have their perks. So this start's going to be probably pretty even from what we've seen in practice all week. There's not really a dominant line, but it really depends on how your truck is. The better handling truck will likely get the advantage, or the better driver. It just depends. So as they make their way through this final turn here, turn number 14. It's going to be the number 83 of Ronnie Hauger leading us to green on pole with Joseph Wood on his inside. Both have road course wins on the season. Can either of them get their second win on the season at a road course? We will see, but here we go. Ronnie Hauger, Joseph Wood leading us to green as we make our way onto this front stretch here at Road America. The green flag's underway here from Wisconsin. And as we make our way to complete lap number 1, lots of contact that you saw Joseph Wood get into the back of that 83 of Ronnie Hauger. But, man, there's lots of contact going on between all these guys here. You can see tonight, so this is definitely going to be one of those races that we have to watch out because guys are going to be throwing out the haymakers at each other. And, it's going to be a fun one here as Wood's going to overshoot the corner there, really closing up on the back of that 83 of Hauger, and that's not going to help him out at all. Overshoots the corner. We'll see if anybody else makes that mistake. Doesn't look like it quite yet, but you cannot make that mistake if you're Joseph Wood, especially in a close race like this. This is the corner where we're going to see lots of contact. We saw it at last season on the final lap, as I think that 81 got into the back of that number 43. So like I said, it's going to be lots of contact spread all throughout, and lots of guys are hanging in right now. Matthew Hubert's falling out the top 10. Had a very good start, but now is kind of struggling just a little bit. Meanwhile, Avery Alford trying to close up on this 38. Meanwhile, Ronnie Hauger still just right there, but you see some guys sliding. There's going to be different types of exits taken all night here, and that's going to be really intriguing to see how everybody does because they're all going to have opportunities to really be better at one another running different types of lines. So the 83 of Hauger still leads, but he's got this 38 right behind him. We'll see how it does, but that early mistake kind of lost him some ground, but everybody's still really close to each other, and that's going to be important in this race when pit stops come by, because pit stops are going to really possibly decide this race, but we've seen at previous races at the road courses, everybody pit on the same lap, so hopefully we don't see that here tonight. Hopefully we see some varied strategy, but it really is going to depend on just how these teams want to be. And hopefully they're not content on just abiding by what each other do. So we'll see how it plays out. But, lots of guys have some good performances. Rose falling that back a little bit. We saw him be a little bit of a pinball machine on that first lap. But now he's running pretty well. Meanwhile, Aaron Abel's got the fastest lap in this race as he's trying to close up on the back of his teammate, that 42 of Avery Alford here. And they're all under a blanket right now. Joseph Wood still gaining on this 83 of Hauger. We saw him be very aggressive. So, we're going to see that all night here. We're going to see guys try to push their limits as there goes Seastry trying to get around this 0-3 of Onjak, and it looks like he will complete, was already in front of him, but now Onjak's will be under pressure from Alexander Rowe, and it looks like Rowe will get past him. So, Onjak now falling back down to what will be, I think, around 15th here, right behind the 7 of Rowe, who was a little bit of a pinball on the first lap, but now he's holding it in just a little bit. So we'll see how this all plays out. But now, there it goes, that 83 of Halger still lead. Right now, it looks like Abel's lost a little bit of time to that number 42. So that'll be something interesting to watch out for the rest of this night. Oh, and LaFleur goes really wide back there. But yeah, this was a tight field coming into this race. We saw, it's Seastry as well, running really wide there as Ryan Osborne really off the road there. I don't know if he's got an issue on that truck. I think he does. Oh boy. Reminder, there's no cautions. It's a tire down on that 92, and he's going to have to get a tow back. But there is no cautions in this race, so he's going to have to stay out the way here. But this was a tight field coming to this race. Only 42 trucks qualified, so somebody did DNQ. I didn't really check, honestly, if I'm being honest, who it was. But I don't think it was anybody too important. But, yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting race. And that 92 running into issues there. He does get towed back to pit road, so he will be fine. But now the 97 of Matthew Burnett going to be in last in this one. So definitely lots of contact back here between some guys. As, Terry Bull's off the track. Don't know what happened to him. I think he might have caught contact with somebody, and he's now off the pace. Oh, man, yeah, so Bull got some contact from somebody behind. And you'll see the replay on your screen, but it looks like he might have made some contact as Patrick Raven's also on pit road. So lots of contact being thrown around here in this one. And, I mean, Wood is right on the back of this 83 of Halger. He might get a shot here soon looking for that lead if he keeps it up, but you can't be doing that. Wood is just, when he's right behind this number 83, he just loses all control and handling of that truck and makes a huge mistake. So he's got to hone it in just a little bit and not make those crucial mistakes over and over again. So now they're all pretty much settling in here. Definitely seen some interesting circumstances with some guys being all the way down in this one, especially Patrick Raven, but he got off pit road fine. Of course, I'll put the replays on the screen for you guys post-race, but I don't really know what's happening. But Caleb Rose, this is not good. Rose all the way back here, and, this is not what you need if you're in the chase, and I don't even know where he just went. I thought I had him for a second, and somewhere back here. There he is. Right behind this 5 of Tanner Calvert in 26. So, yeah, Rosen's got to do better on this one. And be interesting to see how the rest of this one plays out for that 98 team. But they might have to try a little bit of a gamble on strategy if they want something to get something good going. I mean, even a long stop might, I don't know how much that would help them because they are quite a substantial amount of seconds behind. But right now, Wood still closing on the back of Ronnie Halger. Does he look to the inside here? No, not quite. This top 7 and this top 8 here are right under a blanket on all each other. But right now, Wood's trying to get something going on the back behind this number 83, but has not quite been able to get anything done just quite yet. Oh, and there goes Wood to the inside. This is the corner I'm talking about. A good passing opportunity here. Who's going to break last? It's going to be Halger. Just gets the elbows out and gets back past that number 38 as everybody else makes it through unscathed. But Joseph Wood giving pressure to the C3 of Ronnie Halger. Just 5 laps into this race is what you love to see from road course like Road America. One of the best on the schedule. And now that 38 is going to have to load that move right back up. Of course, he will save the best road courses for the playoffs, and Road America's one of the best, and another good one we saw was Coda earlier this season, and Coda might be moving into the later date as Halger runs a little bit wide there, but he keeps it going. He's going to get into the dirt just a little bit, so not the greatest lines from that 83, but he's still keeping it going up to this point, but you got to run a little bit better than that if you're Halger. You got to avoid doing that, but right now, still running pretty well. But now, run a little bit wide there as well, so Halger under pressure here, making a few mistakes, but still keeping it going. And this is long laps, still only 6 laps into this race. So we have a long way to go, but I think the pit stops here tonight are going to really make this one interesting. But everybody closing up on the back of this number 83 of Ronnie Halger, it looks like. This is going to be a very close one going to the end. And we'll see when we have pit stops, maybe on lap number 11. Who knows? But can Woods set up another good move? No, nothing through here. But we saw in that one corner, I forgot. I need to look up what turn it is, but it is the turn that everybody is able to make moves. And like I said, we saw it last year. This was the 1-2 corner where that caused a lot of people trouble, though. There's lots of contact and lots of issues for guys. So it's a treacherous corner for sure, and you got to just kind of lay off the pedal just a little bit heading into it. But Woods getting another great run this time, going into it again. Wood to the inside of Halger. Does he get the move this time? There he goes, Joseph Wood for the lead. Side by side with Halger. Wood and Halger battling for the lead. Will Halger get past him on the outside? We will see. Don't look now, but here comes Avery Alford as well. He just fends off Joseph Wood. No, Wood storms back around the outside. Getting into the dirt there, trying to get all he can. Avery Alford now right behind him, and he's got his teammate Aaron Abel in this battle. Aaron Abel staying in here, Ricky LaFleur, everybody getting involved in this fight. So now Halger's able to fend off Wood, but how long? Wood has gotten a great run the past 2 laps in that corner. How much can he keep it going? Meanwhile, Alexander Rowe off the pace. I'm not sure what happened to him. We will have to do a no-cut replay because this is one of the more important guys. This is a chase contender. What happened to Alexander Rowe? It looks like he simply made a pit stop here. And just runs into bad luck every single week. And, I don't know what's going on with the 7 truck. He just comes down pit road very early here. So who knows what the strategy could be here. Lots of guys pitting very early on. This is going to be very interesting, man. This is very interesting strategies by everybody. And I'm not sure if it's going to quite work out for some of these guys. So Rowe pits from the top 10. That's going to be very interesting. And that's put Hubert into this top 10 now. But these guys, all under a blanket is this top 8, and they're all keeping up with each other and giving each other a good fight. How long can this number 83 of Halger hold on to that lead? But there goes Aaron Abel to the inside of his teammate Avery Alford here looking for third going to turn number 1. Will he get the move off, or will Alford storm around the outside? Alford gonna launch it in there. Alford gets a great run going into the corner, but Abel's still on the inside here for third. Got that 82 Ricky LaFleur right behind him. Avery Alford gets a little bit of loose, almost loses it back into that truck. There goes Brandon Haynes to the inside of Ricky LaFleur right behind him. Here comes Angel Gutierrez as well. Does he make it 3 wide potentially? Close and treacherous racing here. We're going into one of the most important corners, but there goes Wood for the lead right in front of him. Everybody duking it out. Wood goes for the lead. Does he get it this time? Back behind him, Aaron Abel involved with everybody. Wood now trying to get this lead from Ronnie Halger. Halger on the inside, though. Halger going to get a run out the corner. Wood, though, this time gets a better run. Still side by side between these two. Oh, nearly contact there. Oh, my gosh. Near contact between the 83 and 38, but they keep it going. Meanwhile, Brandon Haynes was involved in those battles, and he just gets completely washed out. He was running 6 now. He's going to drop all the way behind Ricky LaFleur. Or actually, he was already behind Ricky LaFleur. He's going to drop behind Gutierrez back into 7th. But boy, oh boy, this racing is getting closer every single lap. These guys are all putting it on a line against each other. So I believe it was the 62 of Luke Evans who was the one that DNQ'd this race. But Rowe's still on pit road. What is going on with Rowe here? A fuel leak, so they're still repairing that truck, and that is not what he needs in this race. For a guy like Caleb Rose still running behind this 5 of Tanner Calvert, I don't know what you got to do for your Rose here, but he's up to 24th. Here comes the 52 of Emily York Watson pitting outside the top 10 here, as Aaron Abel, of course, moves into 3rd. You know, this is going to be a very interesting one, as this is just getting tighter and tighter, and I don't know what some of these guys are doing pitting so early. And yeah, so this is going to be interesting, man. I mean, I don't know. David Spears moves all the way up to 14th, but some guys are really falling off here. And, you know, I wouldn't expect a tire fall off this early, but maybe some guys trying to figure out an undercut here. We'll see, but now we'll see going into this corner. Does anybody make a move on the inside here? Wood? Nope. Everybody keeping it going, keeping it respectable. Lots of battling those last couple laps. Everybody's just locking in now, saying, all right, we're battling a little bit too much. Maybe let's calm it down a little bit. But, I mean, that's just going to allow them to close right back up on each other and battle even more. So we'll see. So now Wood nearly loses the back end of the truck. You can't make that mistake. Very wide from Wood there. He's going to lose some time to Ronnie Helger when we clock in here next. And, you know, you just got to be better than that. And, you know, I'm wondering, when are we going to see pit stops now? We're closing up on lap number 11 in this race. Still a long ways to go. We're not even halfway in this one. But with the racing we've seen so far, definitely a few of these tires are a little bit burnt out. So now we're going to see Halger here getting quite a considerable amount of time going to this lap here. And we'll see what the move is. Does he come down the pit? And yes, he will. And does everybody come down with them? There's no way. Yes, they do. I don't know why this keeps happening. It just seems at road courses, nobody wants to be different. I don't know how to fix that strategy part of it, but everybody's going to come down at the same time here. It's going to be a busy pit road once again. This is I don't know what it is with these road courses and these guys just constantly coming down at the same time. It's quite idiotic, to be honest with you guys. And, you know, we're going to see how this plays out for everybody here. But this is just, I don't know what I just did. This is a very interesting one here. As, I mean, I don't know what it is with this strategy. No, and everybody should not be coming down at the same time, but they continuously do it here at these road courses. Not sure if anybody stayed out, but I mean, looks like some of them are going to be coming down. Sushi, no, you staying out, so maybe this does work out for a few of them. A busy pit road for sure. Brandon Haynes has a very slow stop, so does Joseph Wood. Coming out in first is going to be Avery Alford, a lightning fast pit stop. My lord, what a pit stop that 42 team got. He's going to be in the lead now, but he's got that 41 of Aaron Abel right behind him. 83 of Halger has a pretty solid stop, but if you're a guy like Brandon Haynes and Joseph Wood, what are your pit crews doing there? They completely have a super slow stop. Meanwhile, Emily York Watson, who came in just a lap ago going for that undercut, is going to work out for York Watson because they're now battling to stay in this top 10. So if you're York Watson here, you're right in the thick of it after pitting one lap early. So now, going to clear Matthew Hubert going into this turn. That is exactly what you need if you're York Watson, but there goes that 82 of Ricky LaFleur to the inside of his teammate here. And they don't want to battle too much because you still have that 41 and 42 are up ahead. That 42 of Avery Alford's got quite the gap now in this race. So a very quick stop for the 42 team. And now we should be good to the end, I would assume, unless we see pit stops around lap number 19. So now, a very slow stop for some of these guys. We'll see if they continue to go. Emily York Watson, warmer tires, dives to the inside of this 36 of Brandon Haynes as well. So York Watson on warmer tires, only one lap older tires too, running very well. But Brandon Haynes is torn back on the outside. But now as these guys settle down, the 6 of Patrick even right on the back end of this 42 of Alford. Can Alford keep this up? Or will these guys all slowly gain back in on them, which we're more than likely to see. Just nobody's been able to maintain a huge lead on everybody, but like we said, those pit stops can be a deciding factor in this race on how the rest of this one will go. So now as they make their way up the hill here, we're going to see Alfred jump all the way to the lead. Patrick Raven, whoa, where did he come from? He's going to be in second now behind this 42 of Alfred, so he's all the way in the thick of it as well. And you see Haynes and Wood both drop all the way down, but welcome to the party, Patrick Raven running in second here. We saw him pit a couple laps earlier, but he is on an alternate strategy, so how long will he run with these guys is the question. But now he is right behind this 42 of Alfred, and we'll see if he can give him a shot in a couple of laps. Because now these guys, I mean, look at them all back here battling with each other. This is really, really tight and close quarters racing between everybody. And they're all just going to have to keep it going. But now there goes 84 Patrick Nolan diving to the inside of his teammate Angel Gutierrez. Does he make contact with Nolan? A little bit of a shot there. Joseph Wood in here, Brandon Haynes, Matthew Hubert, this whole top 10 all on the back ends of each other. We are looking like a street circuit here with everybody on each other. Janelle Haynes still covers off that 52. Meanwhile, there goes Jasmine Daniel now to the inside of this 38 is Joseph Wood. Going to storm by, trying to on the outside, and they were going to just clear him. What a run by that 81. Haynes going to run really wide. York Watson, did he get another shot around the 36 of Brandon Haynes? No, not quite, but there goes Matthew Hubert with the potential opportunity to the inside of this 52, and he will get to the inside. Two of the only remaining returning Rams teams besides, I think, Monica Pato next season. So, going to be a very interesting one between those guys. But now Patrick Nolan to the inside of his teammate, that number 83 of Ronnie Hauger once again. Hauger going to clear him off there, cover him off here. Meanwhile, Patrick Raven just moved into the lead. Or no, never mind. Almost saw the 42. As the 41 does not move into the lead, but he's still running second, running very long here. And now there goes this 36 Brandon Haynes to the inside, going up the hill. Oh, contact! Gets the elbows out on the 81 of Jasmine Daniel. A little bit of a door bang there, getting the elbows out here on a road course. And he's going to move into what will be ninth here, as Joseph Woods gained a bunch of spots that lap. Now Nolan's still on the inside of his teammate, that 83 of Hauger. Oh, Gutierrez making it 3 wide. Yes, he does. Gutierrez to the inside. 3 wide all the way back here for what will be fifth. What are these guys on here tonight? The elbows are out, the gloves are off, and now as we go into this next turn, is there any contact made? It doesn't quite look like it here unless somebody shoots a gap. We'll see. Jasmine Daniel now to the inside of that 52. York Watson, Sarah Taylor involved in all of this as well. Oh, and York Watson runs wide. So now they're going to try to sort themselves out here. If they want to get to this leader, Avery Alford, they can't battle like this all night, but it looks like they're just going to try and go to, as there goes that number 36 of Haynes, as he's going to get past that. Oh, 83 of Hauger, very close between the 83. Oh, Haynes runs off track into the sand trap. Haynes off track, but he's going to come back in right behind the 99 of Rocco Dorn. Soostry's retired from this race. I don't know what happened to that truck, but man, oh man now. 3 wide here between Sarah Taylor and the 27 for a second. Haynes makes another mistake, as now he's going to be right back. Oh, the 81 pushes the 99 of Dorn out the way. Everybody going at each other back here, just inside the top 10. Haynes sitting back of the 99. He's going to now look for a move. Does he shoot the gap on the middle, though? Haynes to the inside of Dorn. He's going to run him wide. Haynes now to the inside of Dorn once again, as Jasmine Daniel covers him off. Makes a little bit of contact, as there goes York Watson back to the inside of this 83 of Ronnie Hauger. As now Patrick Raven makes his pit stop, so now Avery Alford has his sights set with just 11 to go in this race. Hayes now runs wide once again. He's going to have some company from the 9, the New Zealander, the Kiwi of David Dixon. Hubert runs wide. Everybody going at each other to start off this, not even start off this race, we're in the midpoint. Everybody's still duking it out with each other. Nolan right on the back end of this 38 of Wood. There goes the 52 of York Watson all the way up here to the inside of this number 83 of Halger. Hayes has completely dropped out the top 10 with many others like Matthew Hubert. Still battling with the Kiwi of David Dixon, who's heading to Red Bull Fallout next year. He's going to be in that 84 machine. But that number 9 still battling hard as Brandon Haynes got into that sand trap, and now it is affecting his truck in this one. Back up here, does that 41 of Aaron Abel have a shot at his teammate? There's been so much battling in the mid-pack, we haven't even focused on this 42 of Alfred. Doesn't look like there's anybody it's up ahead as they're still repairing that fuel issue for the 7 in a row. Still in the garage, keeping that one fixed up, but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know if anybody has anything for this 42 of Alfred. It's going to be very, very close between these two teammates, but right now Alfred needs a win, and it could come exactly at this moment. Meanwhile, everybody back here, I mean, boy, oh boy, what was that racing? Now there goes York Watson looking to get a 2-for-1 here to the inside of the 27 Hubert and the 81 of Jasmine Daniel. York Watson now. Do they get the elbows out? This has been a part where everybody's made contact here tonight. Oh, they do! There goes York Watson into the outside wall. Hubert as well. Oh, there goes David Dixon. Multiple guys out. David Dixon got dumped. So did Emily York Watson. Man, oh man. 2 stones down. Hubert said, I'm not cutting. He dumps the number 52, I believe. The number 9 went off the front end of that number 36 of Brandon Haynes. Meanwhile, up here, Joseph Wood to the inside of Angel Gutierrez. Joseph Wood and Angel Gutierrez battling here for 4th. Oh my gosh, and here comes Patrick Dolan as well. Oh, and Hauger, does he have an issue back here? No, he's good, but look at this, Carl Young now. He's in this battle. These guys have backed each other all the way up. They've lost around 5 seconds every single lap. David Dixon went off the front end of that 36 of Brandon Haynes, I believe. We'll go take a look for our no-cut replay here. Man, oh man, if you're David Dixon, that one has to sting. I mean, we have seen our racing be treacherous here tonight, but we haven't quite seen nothing like this at any road course this season. And does it just off the front end of Haynes? Yep. Hubert and Haynes both saying that's enough for you. And the Kiwi goes around off the front end, and I know all of New Zealand is not happy with that 36 for Brandon Haynes right now. Their guy gets taken out. Look at Caleb Rose up here. How far has he drove up in this race? Right on the back end of this number 40 of Chris Martins. But boy, oh boy, Hubert and Haynes have dropped back at 15 seconds now in this race. That is insane. All that battling has dragged these guys up every single lap, and they're just considerably getting worse every single lap. This is not what you need if you're Hauger. So now Aaron Abel closing in on his teammate, the fastest lap in this race. And we'll see if everybody can keep it going. But now there goes Haynes now. Does he give a look to the 99 of Dorn? Doesn't quite look like it. I mean, I don't know what transpired last lap. York Watson's not going to be happy. Oh, we have more stops in this race potentially. This one is going to get even more interesting. Do we have one more stop left in this one potentially here, folks? There goes the flare around that number 5 of Calvert. But now here goes Aaron Abel right on the back of his teammate. Right on the back end of his teammate. We've seen everybody duke it out. What do these two have left in them? They're teammates, but we've seen them make contact this season so far. absolutely crazy. Just, I don't know what to explain. I mean, I don't know what these guys ate for breakfast this morning, or even lunch, but it has just been all-out pandemonium. Look at Sunjo Vittoria still slowly, steadily making their way in this race. They're all the way up inside the top 20, and they're doing pretty well. Where are they, actually? They are all the way up into 17th, so they're going to be up close with these guys as well, as Haynes and Hubert have only helped hurt themselves as they've fallen back more and more in this race. But right now, that's number 42 and 41 very, very close. Aaron Abel slowly cutting down that lead every single lap. What else do they have left in them? So now as we make our way through here, coming to 8 more to go in this race. I can't believe it, 11 to go. We just saw 2 guys get turned and we're only at 8 to go. It has been so close but so long now. Going into turn 1, Aaron Abel still the fastest lap in this race. Every single lap he is closing in on his teammate, the 42 of Alford. What do these two have in the tank? We've seen everybody else take off the gloves. Do these two have something for each other? Oh, Abel goes wide. Abel goes wide there. So now that's going to hurt him with this lap just a little bit now, as he's going to have to try to close back in. But my, oh my, what a race. And now, does he break a little bit more late into this turn and try to close that gap down a little bit? You can't make any more mistakes if you're this number 41. Ricky LaFleur now in the picture behind. He is lurking if something does happen. And we still have to mention, there's a lot of guys who pit a lap before, a couple laps ago. So we might have one more stop left in this race. I don't really know what the fuel strategy is. We've seen lots of different strategies from the guys in the back end, which I love to see. You know, the front end of this field has all pitted together, but the back end we saw all make, Terry Bull's got some damage on the front of that truck. We've all seen the back end of the field all experiment with strategy here. So this is definitely going to be a very, very interesting turn of events here, potentially. So now, can that number 41 close back in on this 42? Will he finally get a shot? That 82 is lurking. Now there goes Aaron Abel. He's got a shot potentially on his teammate. Does he move him out the way? Abel right on the back of Alford. There goes Abel. Losing my voice here, folks. Abel to the inside of his teammate Avery Alford for the lead. Oh, closing right in the back. What turn of events this is? A Gainbridge truck and a Logitech truck. The two... Oh, no, a pop-up just came up. 2 series sponsors for next season. Ricky LaFleur still closing in every single lap, though. And I've run out of water, but do we see contact here? No, not just yet. But when we come to the later laps in this race, who was the last to budge is Ronnie Hauger. Where's he at in this one? Hauger drops all the way behind. Hauger's making some stops here. We still have a stop left in this race, I believe, folks. Hauger's going to short pit it. Or is he out of this race completely? Where's Hauger at? Ronnie Hauger, I'm not sure where he's at. Oh, there he is. Hauger, I think he had a spin or something, or did he come down the pit road? This is our chase leader. So once again, another no-cut replay, because what happened to Ronnie Hauger? And it looks like Hauger did come down pit road, so we'll still have a stop left in this race. This is amazing. So now, with one stop left in this race, when does this 41 and 42 come down is the question. Like I was saying, I ran out of water, so my voice does sound stupid for the rest of this race. I am sorry, folks. I tried to stay in this one, but I ran out of water only halfway into this one. And man, oh man, now this 42 of Alfred's got this 21 prowling on the back. You can't make a mistake. And you got this guy back here, Ricky LaFleur and Joseph Wood every single lap. These two closing up more on each other. That 42 of Avery Alfred's being told to come down here. Does Aaron Abel stay out one more lap? Yes, he does. Separate pit strategy here. What's going to work out? Here goes 82. Here comes 38 potentially. No, he's going to come in as well. So that number 41 is going to run it one more lap. This is going to be close to the end. Sarah Taylor all the way up in 7th in this one. So these guys all bring it down here, and they need some very fast stops if they want to continue this one. So we'll see how it works out for them. Let's get you guys a better angle here, and we'll see how these pit stops play out. Aaron Abel, of course, still has the lead. We'll catch back up with him in a minute, but we're going to see here on these pit stops, how fast can these pit stops be? You see that 40 of Chris Martin's coming out. Fuel only. Fuel only for Alfred and the 82. Meanwhile, Joseph Wood takes fuel and 4 tires maybe, I think. Or I don't even know. 2 tires maybe? So Haynes a very slow stop again. Him and Hubert just very slow stops. As Gutierrez has company from the 43 from the 5 of Tanner Culver. And I think we just saw even fuel only for some guys. It's fuel only or 2 tires. So, I mean, this one is just, I have no words. I mean, this is crazy. And when does Aaron Abel come in now? Does he lose a lot of time? So now we will see when Aaron Abel comes down, but this is all for the marbles now. Everybody under a blanket here. And, I mean, this is going to be close as it can be. I mean, that 83 of Halker's all the way back here, our chase leader. So this is going to open everything up. Meanwhile, Hallie Anderson Jr. getting the elbows out on Caleb Rose back here. Rose is somehow in the picture now for some of these guys. Rose is all the way up to, I don't even know, but he's running pretty well. Rose is all the way up to 14th after these stops. That's what this 98 team needs after the lackluster night they've had so far. So now, where does Abel come out in this whole ordeal? This is going to be crucial for how the rest of this race will go. And we'll see right here. If that 42 of Alfred comes too soon, this is going to be all she wrote for this race. But where does Aaron Abel come out? How many tires does he take? 2 tires and fuel for Aaron Abel. And Alfred going to be quite a ways behind. So Aaron Abel, the overcut works. Can Alfred reel him in though? Just 5 to go into this race. Chris Martin's pits a little bit late too, but it's not going to work out too well for him. But now, with just 5 to go in this race, this is going to be very interesting here. There goes 84 Nolan to the inside of Jasmine Daniel here for 8th. And shooting it to the inside. Brandon Haynes, luckily for him, and Hubert, they're going to be just outside the top 10 once again, so they do benefit a little bit off the pit stops and get out of that little gaggle that we see right here with Peter Onjak, Carson Miller, Ronnie Hauger. Everybody in the mix here. Now Onjak. Oh, Miller, though, trying to set his marks, gets a little bit in the Rebel. So now Haynes really pushing the limits to get back behind that number 27. But now Ricky LaFleur on the back of this number 42 of Alfred. Can this 41 of Aaron Abel hold on? Or this 42 of Avery Alfred set his marks? Is there enough time left for Avery Alfred? Or will it be 2 in a row for Aaron Abel? Hauger's been dropping massively in this race from the pole. I don't know what's going on with their chase leader, but this is not good for him. Oh, Jasmine Daniel off the mark there. They keep it going, but they're going to drop outside the top 10 now. And that is not what you need to do if you're the sorting one of Aaron Abel. I'll tell you, that'll take a lot of time off him. But now we will see where they officially clock in this lap. But now they're very close here. If that 41 makes a crucial mistake, we're going to have a 3-truck battle. Because look nowhere else, but look who it is. It's the Canadian, the 82, Ricky Lafleur. He led the chase at one point. He's likely going to lead after this race with the issues Ronnie Hauger's been having. The 57 of Vittoria getting service on pit road. Looks like he had some issues all of a sudden. So now just 4 seconds behind, but he's got Ricky Lafleur right behind. Oh, Lafleur! Really, I think he made contact with the back of the 42, and I think he kind of helped him out. He pushed him forward. So now, gonna have to rebound. Try to close right back up, but I think that, I honestly think that this is gonna require the 82 to back off a little bit. Follow this 42, try to get as much time on that 41 as they can. I mean, honestly, push him on the front stretch if you're so close. I mean, that's at the race we're at, but he's going to run really wide here, so Lafleur making mistakes in this one. So Brandon Hayes moves into the top 10 after this one. I mean, Caleb Rose all the way in the thick of it back here. Not quite in it, but, you know, he's making his way through. But this is what you need to this 98 team. They went from a 25th place night to a potential top 15 if he plays his cards right. But he's got that 75 of Benny Watson right behind him. Funny, these two are battling with each other. So Rose just running in 20th right now, but, you know, he's got to keep this one going. Meanwhile, these guys have to set their marks here. They got to lock in and close in on that number 41. Who knows if we will see some contact at the end of this race. It's going to take a lot, but it can be done. That 42 has to set his marks. So we'll see where they clock in now. The Z42 set the pace here. Just 3 to go in this race. Alfred does not gain any time that lap, so if you're Aaron Abel, all you have to do is avoid making a mistake here, and he's going to be looking to go 2 in a row here and set himself up very nice in the chase with just only 3 more to go after this one. This one is going to be busted wide open. But now Nolan on the back of this 45 is Sarah Taylor here. Could be a better night, of course, for him, but he is still running pretty well. But, yeah, this is going to be a very tight chase battle after this one here tonight. And now, I mean, they're closing in, but I don't think there's enough time for Alfred. We're coming to 2 to go at the line next time. But right now, that 41's definitely setting the pace right now. And for Joseph Wood, this is good for you after the treacherous start he had to this race. He's going to gain quite a few spots. He's out of the championship race, I think, but he is doing pretty well here. And as for everybody else, you know, if you're Halger, this can put you in quite a tough spot. You know, North Wilkesboro, he's a short track guy, but, you know, definitely could be better. But right now, that 82 Lafleur right on the back of this 42 of Alfred with just 2 to go. Will we see contact eventually? This 82 is holding back, but how long do you hold back for? When do you put it all on the line? So now, just 2 to go now at the line. For Aaron Abel in this one. He won last week at Kansas. Now looking to go 2 in a row. Alfred losing more and more time. This truck is plowing. If you're this 82 Lafleur, when you had the chance a couple laps ago, you should have just pushed him out the way because Alfred is just a sitting duck here. He's not going anywhere but backwards. So we'll see how this works out. If you're LaFleur, I mean, this one's over. If you're LaFleur, I mean, this one's essentially over. We saw a little bit of a battle for the lead that one time with them, but Alfred now, they're running really fast and stir. This one just, I don't know. He's just kind of just running super slow. He's lost about a second every lap. But Abel does have the fastest lap, so does make sense. So now as they make their way around, no mistakes if you're this 41 of Aaron Abel. Just one more to go in a couple of corners. But it's easier said than done. He won at Kansas, but he's had a lot of bad luck this season so far. Can he keep it going? We saw him finish off the race really well at Kansas last weekend. They're battling all night with the 98 and 27. And once again for Aaron Abel, it looks like if he keeps it clean for one more lap, he's once again going to be in victory lane at a crucial part in this season. It's going to be one more to go at the line. The white flag is in the air here at Road America for the 41 of Aaron Abel. What does he have left? Final lap in this one. Alford is just running super slow. I don't know what happened to him this final run, but it's the shades of last weekend as well. We saw the 41 pull away in the end, and once again, he's looking to pull away. He's got a couple more corners, about probably 10 more turns, but it's going to be tight. Final lap here at Road America. All he's got is a couple more corners. Can't run wide like we've seen others do here tonight. But as Aaron Abel makes his way through here, it looks like it's going to be 2 in a row for this Logitech team. We saw lots of elbows out at the beginning, or I guess the beginning to middle parts of this one. A little bit of a mellow end, but man, what a race overall by all these truckers here tonight. But hats off to Aaron Abel. They make the bold call to run one more lap than everybody else. He pays off. He has the best in lap he can. And now, Aaron Abel, as he makes his way through these final couple corners, this final straight here, he's looking to get to victory lane for the second time in a row. It'll be the 4th time, I believe, this season. He won at Gateway. He won last week at Kansas. And he won somewhere else. I can't quite put my finger on it, but now he makes his way through these final couple of corners. Aaron Abel looking to make it 2 in a row here. Aaron Abel is going to win here at Road America as he makes his way up the hill. Aaron Abel is going to be victorious once again as he finishes off the race perfect. Checkered flag in the air. Aaron Abel wins at Road America. Aaron Abel gets the win. Behind him is going to be Hauger, Wood, everybody else coming on through here. Angel Gutierrez gets a great run. What a run to the end by everybody. Sarah Taylor's going to finish 6th. 7th, Nolan, Haynes, and Hubert in 8th and 9th after the treacherous middle race they had. Both caught a body themselves. But, man, what a run here to the end. And just an overall great race by everybody. And David Spears finishes 11th. Halger in 12th. Caleb Rose is going to finish up in what will be 18th here as Peter Onjak fell all the way down to 22nd or 23rd, it looks like. Not sure what happened to that number 03 truck, but that is the end of this one. As man, what a run by that 41 team. We saw them do it last week. We see them do it once again. You just got to finish off the last half of the race perfect, and he does it once again. Hats off to Aaron Abel. He gets the win. He's victorious here at Road America, and you got to watch out for this 41 team. And as a whole, this chase is getting closer now. Everybody's going to be under a blanket here if they weren't already. But if you're unable, you got a lot of momentum riding into next weekend at North Wilkesboro. Lots of favorable tracks for this 41 left. And we're going to see what he's able to do in these final 3 races after this one. But 2 in a row for Aaron Abel. He's got a lot of poles this season. Leads the regular leads the regular point standings. So he's been overall the best driver this season. But now, when it comes to the chase, has not had the run he's wanted to this point. But now he's looking very well. He's got those 2 straight wins after the bad luck we've seen the past couple weeks. So a good win for Aaron Abel. We'll see if he can keep the momentum up. The chase standings are going to be tight as they can be. But man, what a race. What a strategy call. We've talked about strategy being all flat road courses all season, but I loved seeing tonight all these teams experimenting. Guys shortcutting. Guys over-pitting like Aaron Abel. We saw him go for the overcut. The only guy to do that here tonight, and it worked out. So it works out very well for that number 42 team. But hats off with all these drivers. I mean, a flawless race, and I'm shocked by what we saw, but it was a great one. And I just thank you all for tuning in here to our Truck Night America. We'll take a look at your results one more time here in a second. But Aaron Abel, victorious here at Road America. Let's go take a look at your results in this race. A very hot evening here at Wisconsin, about 76 degrees, I think it was. So not too bad, but they all make some of these guys complete their laps. For a guy like Alexander Road, not what you need. Max Davis just not had the pace all season. And man, what a run to the end. So folks, as we get into your finishing results in this race, man, oh man, what a run it was to the end. I mean, all out flawless racing by everybody. And you know, you don't quite see that sometimes, but at road courses. But this was the best road course race I think we've seen in the history of the series, and everybody did very, very well. But you look at your order here, top 10, very good, interesting storylines here. Haynes and Hubert, they both wrecked 2 guys out of this race. Definitely weren't putting up with the other guys' slack. Definitely getting the elbows out. But we saw that between everybody. Sarah Taylor made their way up through. It was a great race by everybody. I mean, hats off to this top 10. Hats off to Aaron Abel's team for making that bold strategy call. Avery Alford, Ricky LaFleur for getting past Alford before the line on the final lap. Actually, we completely missed that. But LaFleur finishes second, so that's going to make this super tight. I mean, Alford has not had good luck at these road courses, and he finishes 3rd here tonight. But you know, he probably wishes he could have done more. And that final run to the end was just awful by Alford. There's no way to sugarcoat it. 2 seconds off. I mean, lost about 3 seconds, I think, overall. It was only about 3 or 4 seconds off the pit stops, but Aaron Abel's team, once again, they go for the overcut. They get him 1 lap fresher tires, and he runs away with it. And, you know, the other teams hop on the trend. We will see, but this 41 team right now has it figured out. Hats off to the crew chief on the top of that truck, because they definitely know what they're doing. And, I mean, they're keeping up, and they're doing very well, because, I mean, that's just great. I mean, that's great overall. That's just a great overall call by that 41 team. It's very impressive. But get to the rest of your standings here tonight. That is your top 10. Of course, Haynes and Hubert do finish top 10 after that brick-filled middle half, or just heated middle half, where they were just fighting everybody. The gloves are off. It was a Friday night smackdown, it almost looked like. You want some, come get some. But David Spears finishes in 11th, Halger in 12th. It's going to be a very interesting chase finish for him. Martin's up there in 15th. Pato and Gale drive their way through. And Hal Anderson Jr. up here. Benny Watson. Caleb Rose drives his way through. He finishes 18th. That's a good run for him. Not quite the run he needs. He's likely going to be around 40 points out, potentially, or even more. And then if you're a guy like Peter Onjak, I think Onjak had some contact with Carson Miller on the final lap, so he falls all the way down 25th, but he was running really well in this one for the most part. As we move further down, sorry, jumped ahead, but Arcadian 20th, but like I said, Raven in 21st. He really ran down long there. He almost gave the 42 a run for his money before those final stops, but it doesn't quite happen. Benson Paragia in 22nd, heading to NS Racing next year. And Bento runs pretty well here, finishes 28th. Of course, not going to be in the Truck Series next season. He's actually going to be dropping down to the Logitech Series. But as we get further down in your order here, we are going to see that number 30 of 10, 16 of 10 Simmons finishes here 30th. Terry Bull finishes 29th despite the damage he had. Carson Miller, like I said, retired. He's going to finish 32nd still, but Tim Simmons and Rick Lashane finished 30 and 31st, so very good for those two drivers. And yeah, Carson Miller finishes in 32nd, so not what he needs. He's already been out of it, but he's officially out now. A bunch of guys officially out. I think everybody outside the top 7 is really out. So even Wood, after this great evening, is likely going to be out of this one. And you see Alexander Rowe there. It's just been out of it for a while. And they had a fuel leak, try to fix it, but they were in the garage until the end of the race, and it does not work out for them. Does not work out at all. Does not work out. Just period. It was awful day for that number 7 team. And oh, man, what a race here from Road America. And I mean, we got North Wilkesboro next week. We got some more. We got short track racing. They got the elbows out here at a road course. I can only imagine what's going to happen at a short track. So thank you all for just tuning into this one. I mean, hope everybody got to saw this one. It's likely to be one of our higher reviewed races because the road courses tend to do the highest view one. Everybody loves seeing these guys do some twists and turns, some left and rights, and this is the best road course race we've had in the whole series history. I think honestly, this might be one of my favorite races we've ever seen, honestly, all time. Like, this is top 5 for me. I mean, Kentucky and Kansas, though, those last 2 weeks, and Darlington. I mean, this whole chase has been true. Besides Dover and Richmond, I mean, this has been a 10 out of 10 races. This is what you need in the playoff atmosphere. Guys will show up and let them drop, if you know what I mean, and really show everybody that the gloves are off and that they're gonna all be fighting to the end. That's what I really love to see, and this is gonna be very fun. And I'm excited to see our North Wilkesboro next weekend. We might see some more elbows out. We might see some more guys going at it, and it's a short track, so there's going to be possibly chaos. We know how it is with the short tracks in this series, but thank you all for tuning into our Truck Night America from Road America. A great race. I mean, I'm at a loss of race. I don't know what to say. I mean, I almost lost my voice in the middle of the race. It was so chaotic, and man, we're going to see how the rest of this one goes, but I'm really excited to see how these guys do for the next couple of weeks. And we got 3 more great races left. I think Phoenix is going to be a good one as well. We saw last lap pass with Peter Onjak on Landon Lauterbach last year. So I think this is going to be another very interesting race. That's going to be another fun race where we might see some contact. And for Peter Onjak, that's going to be one of his final opportunities to get a win. He hasn't won in a year. So, we'll see how that 03 team does. He definitely hasn't been on the right side of luck, it seems. With a great truck, and I mean, I think he made contact with Carson Miller on the final lap, so dropped him down quite a considerable amount of spots. But thank you all for tuning in. I will see you all next Friday night at North Wilkesboro. We got short track racing up ahead. We saw them get the elbows out, push each other around tonight, and they all get to get up close next week and we might see some possible payback and some guys get their revenge. So see you all next week at North Wilkesboro. Start Airport, setting off from our Truck Night America. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night.